Today in society, everything is so fixated on what you do rather than who you're becoming along the way. Think about it. Since you're little, you're asked, what do you want to do when you grow up? And even famous speeches like, what can you do for your country? These are both popularized things that we all know about that are all focused on doing. And I believe doing is something so powerful. It's so important. It's important to make sure that you're doing things with your talents, with your gifts, with all that God has given you. And I speak about this on my channel. Like, if you've been watching this, you know I speak about this very often, and it's so important. But also, we forget, who are you becoming along the way? What is the type of person that you want to become? Who do you want to exactly become? Because who you are defines what you do. If you can focus on who you are, then you everything else will fall into place. And I can explain this. When you think of a father is a person, oh, okay, so if they're a father, then that means they have to have kids. They have to be a man. And they have to take care of them. That's a father. Or you say, oh, what about a race car driver? Well, a race car driver is a person who's able to drive a car well, has quick reflexes, knows how to steer a vehicle, knows all the racing rules. All these different things come with an identity. That's why it's so important to focus on who you become. And we often get lost in just saying, oh yeah, I want to do this, I want to do this. But who are you becoming along the way? Like, are all these things you're doing helping push you into becoming the person you want to do? Or are you trying to get a bunch of stuff done, quote unquote, for productivity, or, for others to, like, seem cool for others, or for your little Instagram reels or your little Instagram posts to look cool to everyone else? But truly, you're becoming a person that is empty. It's a shell on the outside, a person that has no meaning, that has no worth, that feels like they have no value at all. It's so easy to get caught up, lost in doing. Like, think about it. Like what you do on a day-to-day basis, even in school, how they teach you, everything. You do assignments, you do busy work, you do work just to keep you busy and, take a bunch of time. You do all these different things, these things that add up to nothing, that really don't add to your character, they don't add to your development, that don't add to any purpose in your life. Because when you're pursuing purpose, you're truly focusing on who you're becoming. That is a key part. You have to realize, get in your head that you need to focus on who you're becoming in a moment. What you're doing every single day, it should be focused and it should align with who you want to become. If you want to become a YouTuber, you can't spend all your time scrolling on Instagram. Like, I'm almost speaking to myself right now, because it's so easy to, like, say, oh yeah, I'm scrolling, I'm like, you get caught a lot scrolling, just only watching content, and you never produce anything. So those aren't traits that are lining up with who you want to become. And it really helps you realign everything in your life. You can really organize your entire day. Think about it. I want you to go and think about, for the past month, think about things that you do every single day. Think about habits that you have. Think about common things that you do, like things that you might do without even realizing. Like, you might notice that as soon as you're done working out, you might go scrolling your phone for 2 hours, and that's the little thing that you do. But is that helping you become who you want to become? Now, that sounds redundant, but truly, is it helping you become who you need to become? And you really have to evaluate every single thing. Is it aligning with who I want to become? Think about it truly deep and think about the habits you're doing. Think about even your goals. Are your goals aligning with who you want to become? If you have a goal, let's say you have a goal to, make $10,000, right? $10,000 is your goal. $10,000 a month, right? So that's your overall goal, which isn't a bad goal at all. Making money is a great thing. It's powerful, and it helps you do a lot. Like, money is great. It just depends on the whoever's wielding it. But let's say your goal is to maybe start a brand, start a maybe start like a men's group online, or start a little online group, a community, and your goal is just to make the money. So you focus so much on that goal, you hyper fixate on, I need to make $10,000, I need to make $10,000. So your whole entire thing is sell, 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 sell. I just need to sell to everyone. I need to make the most money I can, just do a bunch of offers. But then you get lost in trying to make that money, that you forgot your goal was to make a community. So you're trying to fulfill a need that you have, or this goal that you have, but then you're getting lost in who you're truly trying to become. You're trying to become a leader. You're trying to become a positive influence on these men. But then you might end up selling things that don't have any value. They're not truly adding the value that you want. You're not truly helping the people you want. You're like, you're scrapping together things. You're just selling it, and you might be making money, and you might even achieve that goal. That's the scary thing. There are lots of people who achieve goals, but it doesn't push them to who they need to become, who they want to become. And then you get lost with these goals. You're like, oh, I made this $10,000, but then you have this community. None of them are loyal. None of them have changed. There's no transformation in their lives, and you're left empty-handed. You're like, wait, what? Like, I achieved this goal, but then why do I feel empty? It's because you're not becoming who you need to be. You're not focused on that. You're not focused on that. Stop focusing on just purely, doing and all these goals. Really make it align with who you want to become. Okay, from one thing, I want to start my own family one day. I want to be a husband. I want to be a father. Those are things that, I want to be a great husband, a great father. Those are things that I want to become. So it's like when you focus on who you want to become, then these other things, they don't become options. It's like, it's no longer to where you you just date for fun. No, you have to date to marry. You have to date with purpose. Those are things. So it's like when you realign, when you fixate on who you're trying to become, everything else is going to line up in place. So I want you to take the time to break down and think about who you want to become. So here's what I'm going to give you. Step 1, I want you to go and get into a period of isolation. Maybe for a day, maybe for 2 days, maybe a week. Maybe that's what you need. It all depends on the person. I can't say for sure. For me, I need a good week and a half. Get into a period of isolation. You're not listening to outside voices. You're not listening to everyone else, because even your own family and friends and loved ones, they can have influence on you that isn't necessarily aligning with what God has in store for you. It's so easy, even with people that they're hoping for the best for you. They want the best for you, but they might attach limiting beliefs on you. They might attach things that they might be even good, but they don't line up with what God has in store for you. So I need you to get into a period of isolation. However long that might be, I would recommend at least a day. It might be more, but get into a period of isolation and close out all these outside voices. Stop just texting everyone a bunch. Don't completely cut them off, but calm it down. Really have time for God to just speak to you. Really have time to really look into yourself and look at what you want in life. What you want in life. What are the things that you value? What are your morals? What are the things that matter the most to you? If family matters, if family is something that's super important to you, if starting a family is super important to you, well, then you can connect to, hey, becoming a parent is one of the things I want to become. And then next thing, maybe you're for me, I'm called to have this channel and have this influence and really build up strong community of the next generation. And one of the things is being a leader. And that's something that I have to focus on, becoming a leader. So you have to discover all these different traits. There are different things. God put passion in you. He put all these things, why you wonder why you have all these gifts, these passions, these things that really click with you. Those are placed within you for a reason, are leading you to your purpose, to who you need to become. So really focus on those things. And then after you focus on those things, then you can be like, oh, you know what? Since this and this connects together, maybe that means I need to do this. I need to become this. You have to just kind of take the time to snap things together. And it's what does that lead to me having to become? And then once you have everything that, oh, okay, what are the things that, who do you need to become? What are different traits you need to have? and what are the things you need to become, then you can go look at your life and be like, okay, what is aligning with it? What isn't? Maybe you party a lot. Maybe that's something you like to do, but you're saying, oh, okay, I need to become a husband. I need to become a wife. Like those are what you need to become. So you're like, okay, I can't be at parties a lot because I'm not gonna find a spouse at the party. I'm not gonna find someone who's gonna be loyal. I'm not gonna find someone who's gonna be, the mother or father of my kids. So it's like, okay, I can't go to parties like that. I can't be in these certain atmospheres. So look, you already start cutting out little things. You start realizing, okay, I can't do this anymore. This isn't really aligning with who I want to become. Like, and then everything just becomes a lot more focused. It becomes more of a thin, narrow road rather than this wide path of destruction and just going all over the place. You begin to lock in and just focus and have so much clarity on everything you need to do when you focus on becoming rather than just doing, because anyone can do things. Like a person that is a tennis player, they can cook. They might not be a chef, they're a tennis player, but they can still cook. So it's the same thing. Like you can be this certain person, but you can still do things because you have free will as a human. So you have to really focus on who you're becoming. Focus on who you're becoming. And that can truly show you where you're going to be in the next 5 years. I can tell you a person is focused on becoming the best tennis player in the world. 5 years later, they're going to be a lot better at tennis. They might not be the best tennis player in the world in 5 years, but they're going to be a lot better at tennis if that's who they want to become. A person that wants to become a YouTuber, then I can tell you, give it like 5 years. They're gonna have videos up because they want to become a YouTuber, and that's truly something. That's truly who they want to become. So you can literally find where you're gonna be in the next few years if you find out who you're trying to become. So really focus. That's my whole entire thing. Focus on who you want to become, and then everything else will slip into place. Every single thing that you want, every single thing that you want to do in life, it'll all fall into place. But first, you have to focus on who you're becoming, because if you don't focus on who you're becoming, you can do a lot of things, and then you get lost in the process. You get lost on who, like, I can be like, oh, who's Christian Noel? Like, I get all these subscribers and all these different things, and I eventually get brand deals and all these different things, and I'm like, who is Christian Noel? Who was I supposed to become? Like, I'm a person that's like I have all these sponsorships and all this, but like, who was I trying to be? Like, what was I trying to add to this world? And it gets so easy to get lost. So the simple solution, just focus on who you want to become. That is key. That is key. It eliminates things from your life. It brings clarity to your life. That is all. And YouTube thinks this video will be absolutely amazing for you. I have lots of other videos on the channel, but YouTube thinks this one will be really amazing and help you and provide a lot of value. Click it. A lot of other people found value in it, and I know it changed your life.